What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another exciting episode of Forever News, the only news source that provides anything and everything anime and manga related, and we don't bore you. We get into it. Let's do it.
Still moving on, baby, I'ma never forget. Still moving on, baby, I'ma never regret. Still moving on, still moving on.
Okay, people, and before we carry on, make sure to hit that subscribe button and that bell. We drop new episodes of Forever News every Saturday, 12 p.m. EST, providing you all the latest and greatest in the world of anime and manga news. So hit them buttons so you can stay up to date. Oh, and one more thing. I got a new single out called Day Ones. It's off my upcoming album, The Rise of Tim Roosevelt. Definitely, if you get a chance, check it out. Link in the description below. It's a pretty awesome song, and it's the intro and outro of all my videos. Okay, first story on the docket. It is here. It is official. We have the half-year Oricon sales rankings for the manga of the year, basically the halfway mark of sales of what are the top manga that have been selling in 2023 thus far. And it is 100% the strangest, or I don't want to say strangest, but the most different list that I've seen. Now, I want to be very clear that this list, it can 100% be vastly different. You come the end of this year, November, when they do the final calculations. But as it stands right now, we're going to go through it from 10 to 1, the top selling manga of the year. And there are some familiar faces in here, and then there's some that are going to be like shocking as hell, especially the number one. I'm still shocked by the number one, but let's start it off with, at number 10 is Kingdom with 1,569,434 copies. I always give its praise and its just dues in terms of the fact that Kingdom does it because Kingdom is good. A lot of series out there, not even just an anime manga, a lot of products, a lot of things in general, they make sales based off of marketing, very clever marketing, whatnot, like, oh, the quality, the marketing is just genius or whatever. Kingdom never needed it. Kingdom's anime was hated and hated. I think it got better as it went on, but you already know, similar to a Black Clover, similar to a lot of different series, when the beginning is touted as bad, ultimately, yeah, it normally doesn't really go anywhere. So Kingdom has really been selling nonstop all these years based off of word of mouth. And to do 1.5 so far this year, I'm imagining if it drops another volume or two, it'll probably be a little bit higher than 10, I want to say, but again, we shall see. Either way, big shouts to Kingdom all these years later, and it's still doing big thing. Then at number 9 is a newbie to this list. I don't believe it's been in the top 10 thus far, and I'm going to attribute majority of this success in terms of why it's landed into this top 10 selling manga of 2023 thus far, is due to its anime. Its anime is inescapable in terms of online, people talking about it. I have yet to jump into it, but I think that this is going to be a fascinating marathon, to say the least, because coming in at number 9 is Oshi No Ko with 1,690,722 copies. And goddamn, talk about what a proper anime adaptation, especially nowadays, can really do for sales, because Oshi No Ko was not popping like this. I remember last year when everybody was talking about the best manga of the year, people were kind of trying to throw it in the list, and most people were like, what is that? What manga is that? I've never even heard of that. So to see it at this point, at 1.69, astronomical. Coming in at number 8, though, is somebody that is not unfamiliar with being in the top 10. It's definitely a big series nonetheless, and I think if it had one more volume, it probably would have been a lot higher, but that's probably par for the course for a lot of series on this list. And that is, of course, My Hero Academia with 1,887,507 copies. Just My Hero still doing his thing, despite the fact that Horikoshi has been very ill lately and has taken a lot of breaks, which I'm imagining has resulted in less volumes being released. But My Hero's still doing big things all these years later. It came out, 2014, end of 2014, we're in 2023. Damn, we're going on 10 years of My Hero. That's probably what Horikoshi's aiming for. We'll probably still be here with the series next year, now that I think of it. But yeah, 1.8, halfway mark. We'll see where it goes by the end of the year. Then we got a series that probably won't move up much, I'm imagining, moving forward, because the series is over now, and this will probably be the last year that it even attempts to make the top 10, and that is Tokyo Revengers with 2,622,078 copies, which is a big jump. That's like 800,000 over My Hero. So maybe that extra My Hero volume wouldn't have made much of a difference in terms of surpassing the next spot. But yeah, by this time next year, I'm imagining Tokyo Revengers won't be on this list. It's over now, and yeah, there's no more volumes to put out. But shout out to Tokyo Revengers because it done big things for Kodansha, and especially during the pandemic, it had a massive explosion of popularity. So big ups to Tokyo Revengers. Then coming in at number 6, because Tokyo Revengers, yeah, that was number 7. Number 6 is a series that, when that movie drops, we might see a massive boost even further. Spy Family with 2,688,171 copies. Spy Family has broken the mold in terms of what can be popular. It's a shonen series. It's in Shonen Jump Plus, but it's very family oriented, very interesting. It has, one of the main protagonists of the series is a little girl, so it's very interesting that Spy Family has made it this far. And to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if by November, Spy Family just completely takes over and becomes number 1, depending on how big that movie is, because, well, if the movie comes out in October, it might not be. I don't know, but either way, Spy Family is still going to be doing big things because, yeah, it's humongous and it's family friendly and all of that. Moving forward, coming in at number 5, no stranger to being in the top 10, and I wouldn't be surprised if we drop 1 or 2 more volumes. We jump right back up to 1 or 2, and that is One Piece with 3,550,097 copies. I don't gotta say much. If you don't know by now about Goat Piece and Oda the Gota, you're sleeping, fam. But yeah, the fact that it's number 5 is not a big deal, because if it dropped 1 more volume, it would probably be at the very least number 2. I'll give you that. I don't want to reveal the whole list just yet, but One Piece doing big things. And I will say that it is shocking some of the next titles up, because, well, maybe not the next one per se, but shout outs to One Piece at number 5, still doing big things. Coming in the top 10 for One Piece in general, top 20 this late in the game, coming from what it came out in the magazine Shonen Jump in 97, and it's still raking in 3.5 million. Nothing else needs to be said. Coming in at number 4 is Jujutsu Kaisen, just barely etching out One Piece, and Jujutsu Kaisen was number 1 last year with 3,757,215 copies. So it's barely striking out One Piece, but that's still another testament to Jujutsu Kaisen's popularity. And in general, it's really dope to see 2 incredible manga that I personally read every week in the top 10. But yeah, that's crazy. I'm very interested that Jujutsu Kaisen, it was number 1 for 2 years in a row, and this year it's looking like it might not be the case. So things change, people, although for the most part I still see One Piece. Like, again, if One Piece dropped 1 more volume, Jujutsu Kaisen wouldn't even be talking right now, you know what I'm saying? So let's be very clear about that. But shout outs to both of them. Awesome manga. Now we have top 3. Coming in at number 3 is a massive shocker. You didn't see it coming, but a movie sold this manga in this day and age, which is insane to even say, but Slam Dunk by Takehiko Inoue, the author of Slam Dunk, the author of Vagabond as well. Vagabond, a freaking awesome series. But Slam Dunk with 4,199,966 copies. All of that is off a movie. Mind you, Slam Dunk is a very old manga. Not very old, but it's pretty freaking old. It hasn't had anything for a long time. And that movie must have revitalized the franchise immensely. I wouldn't be surprised if we get some sort of Slam Dunk return. If the manga sales is that good, the movie is one of the top selling, I think it's like the 9th highest selling anime film and Japanese film of all time, something in that ballpark. It's freaking bananas. Big shouts to Slam Dunk, and I'm still shocked to see like Slam Dunk in 2023 is the 3rd best-selling manga in the halfway year. What is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll probably still be in the top 10 when it's all said and done come November, but freaking insane. Coming in at number 2, which it's crazy in and of itself because the anime's been over for quite some time, but big shouts to that. Chainsaw Man, despite the fact that the anime wasn't a massive success in terms of the Blu-ray sales and stuff like that, Chainsaw Man's manga has still been raking in the sales with 4,492,906 copies for the manga thus far this year, coming in at number 2, which is fantastic for the series. Again, it's very strange because Chainsaw Man is like, I think because of its mature nature, there was a limit to how much they can market and where they can market it towards. If it was a little bit more family friendly, it would be more, I guess, accessible to other areas and other demographics. But then at the same time, if it was more family friendly, it wouldn't be the Chainsaw Man that got a lot of this cult following to begin with. So it balances itself out at the end of the day. And coming in at number 2 is just massive. Big shouts to Chainsaw Man. But coming in at number 1, wow, oh wow, I am still shocked. I'm still shooketh, so to speak, because I believe this is the first time that a sports series has, and matter of fact, now that I think about it, wow, there's 2 sports series on this list. That's freaking nuts. But a sports series is so far leading the charge with nearly double the amount of sales as second place, and that is Blue Lock, baby, with 8,046,032 copies. That is a huge difference from Chainsaw Man's 4.4 million. 8 million, a sports series leading the charge. That is freaking nuts. I honestly feel that even if One Piece released another volume, let's just say it, and it did like another 2 million, it still wouldn't put it. It would still put it at second place. So right now, Blue Lock is the highest selling manga. Not to mention the fact that Blue Lock is a sports series. Sports series have been historically said that, people don't want to read sports. People don't want, you know what I'm saying? I want to play them. I want to watch them in real life. What I want to read about that stuff. Very big testament to you're wrong on that. You're wrong on that because Blue Lock right now is doing major things. I love the anime. I had so much fun watching it, and it's dope to see 2 sports series in the top 3 selling manga so far of the year. I'm interested to see where things go by November, but shout outs to Blue Lock. Massive wins. I love to see it. And you have people that's been the halfway year mark for Oricon sales ranking of 2023. That was pretty freaking awesome. And there's a little bit more of an extensive look at the individual highest selling volumes. If you want to take a look, they got 50 of them, 50 through 44. We got 43 through 34, 33 through 25, 24 through 16, 15 through 8. And I guess the top 7 selling volumes at number 7 is Chainsaw Man Volume 13. At number 6 is My Hero Academia 37. Number 5, Tokyo Revengers 31. That's the final volume, right? Number 4, Spy Family Volume 11. Number 3, Jujutsu Kaisen 22. Number 2, wow, Jujutsu Kaisen, 2 volumes of them is the highest selling volumes so far this year. 22 and 21 with 1.3 and 1.5. And then One Piece had the highest selling volume. Big testament to the GOAT piece. 105 with 1.758 million copies. That's freaking nuts. And shout outs to, again, every series that is selling right now, because majority of these series I've read or I've watched, and they're freaking awesome. Everything on here, I'm like, okay, I like to see it. Moving forward, really cool update now. In case you don't know, there's this Dragon Ball project that's been going on for quite some time that I believe every month they release a new drawing as an homage to Dragon Ball with a popular artist, anywhere from Masashi Kishimoto, Tite Kubo, honoring Dragon Ball. And this time around is none other than Yuki Tabata, creator of Black Clover. Dragon Ball Volume 40 by Yuki Tabata. This is, of course, again, a part of the Dragon Ball Super Gallery project to commemorate the 40th anniversary of the series. Every month, different mangaka will redesign one of the 42 covers of the series until November 2024. So we still got like a year and a half of these things. And I ain't gonna lie, Tabata's is probably one of my favorite that I've seen in all of these. And I could tell that he put his heart and soul into this one because he loves Dragon Ball. And yeah, this freaking looks incredible. This looks awesome. Big shouts out to Tabata's. I love this. Then again, Tabata has always had some of the most intricate, some of the most interesting, and some of my favorite character designs in Shonen Jump. And this Gotenks picture, it looks really freaking awesome. The shading, the lighting, just in general. I could tell Tabata went in. He was like, yo, I want to leave my mark on this bad boy. This is, you know what? I'm going to not even go out on a ledge. I'm just going to be straight up with you. This is my favorite of all of the Dragon Ball galleries thus far. Like, when I saw this one, I was like, now that's how you do an homage. Shout outs to Big Tabata energy. Big ups to you, man. We love you. Moving forward, in case you can't tell, I'm wearing a Spider-Man shirt. Now you're probably like, yo, you a big, yes, I'm a big Spider-Man fan. I'm very excited. Probably as of the recording of this video, tonight I'm going to go see the Cross the Spider-Verse movie, assuming there's still tickets. I probably should reserve them when I finish filming this. But yeah, aside from that, there's a big announcement that apparently there's going to be a Spider-Man manga thingy-majig. Let's see exactly what this is, because I'm still not all the way into the story. It says here, Shonen Jump Plus app June serialization round update. Spider-Man, Octopus Girl, Hideyuki Furuhashi, and Betancourt. So there's a Spider-Man, Octopus Girl. Let's see, there's an image here. Do we got more info? Spider-Man, Octopus Girl preview by Hideyuki Furuhashi and Betancourt, the person that did Vigilante. Oh, okay, the person that did the My Hero Vigilante manga. This Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse manga spinoff about Dr. Octopus waking up in the body of a high school girl starts on June 20th at Shonen Jump Plus. So there's a manga, and here you see like a black and white image right here. There's a manga incoming that's a spinoff to Across the Spider-Verse, and it's about Doc Ock waking up in the body of a high school girl. What sorcery has been... Oh snap, I hope that they bring this and they translate this one alongside everything. I don't think they are, because it sounds like something they would want to sell hard copy and not really have online immediately. But I want to read this very badly. This sounds freaking hilarious, and how just in general, I don't know, this is gonna be funny as hell. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this one, and I'm assuming since it's going to be a spinoff of Across the Spider-Verse, it's going to be with Miles Morales. Yeah, that's gonna be fire to see Miles Morales in a manga again. Assuming they don't just go with classic Peter Parker, because again, it is Across the Spider-Verse with the multiple Spider-Men, but why not have Miles Morales if it's indeed a spin-off to his movies, you know what I'm saying? Moving forward, it was announced, I want to say a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago now, that Shonen Jump had a new app brewing and they were working on something. Well, apparently Shueisha has officially announced Jumptoon, a new vertical manga reading service for the Jump brand. The platform is scheduled to be fully launched in the future. Jumptoon editorial department has also announced its first award. The winner will be rewarded with a guaranteed serialization. The contest will be judged by Takanori Asada, Jumptoon editor-in-chief, and results will be revealed in October 2023. So massive opportunity here to get serialized in their new Jumptoon vertical style magazine. And yeah, I'm not sure if this is open to people outside of Japan, but they should, because there's a lot of talent, man. I come across a lot of talent. And on a side note, I did put out that call to action quite some time ago, and I'm actually talking with a few different people to do some features over here, either here on Forever News or on my main channel, ForneverWorld. I haven't decided yet, but yeah, I'm still working on that. But either way, big opportunity. Look out for that. Do your research. Make sure you check it out. See if you can enter, because you never know. You might be able to get on their new thing, and when you're early to some shit, they might actually put you, a little bit of a boost on your stuff. And to get a little bit more insight into it, it says here, Shueisha launches vertical scrolling manga service Jumptoon in 2024. Shueisha announced that it will debut a new vertical scrolling manga service named Jumptoon in 2024. The company aims to produce hit manga in the vertical manga format, leveraging its industry knowledge and traditional format of manga. And Shueisha also announced a new award called the Jumptoon Award. The winning manga submission, okay, we got more info here. The winning manga submission will be awarded about $7,000 and a serialization contract for their manga on Jumptoon. Shueisha editor Takanori Asada, who has handled such manga as Bleach and One Piece, wow, that's big, and is also the new head of the Jumptoon editorial department, will serve as judge alongside South Korean webtoon company Red 7 CEO Hyung Seok Lee. Shueisha will accept submissions for the award until August 31st and will announce the winner in early October. Production IG launched the Tate Anime, the Tate Anime vertical anime app in June 2017 and ended its service in May 2018. The app relaunched in June 2018 with the new Anime Beams name and ended service March 31st. Earlier this year, the Tate Anime app offered short, about 3-minute anime that updated on weekdays, and each series had 10 episodes. The anime were presented vertically for smartphones. So yeah, we'll see what comes from it, but sounds pretty freaking awesome. I'm excited. And again, get your submissions in if you're an aspiring manga artist. Moving forward, we got a pretty cool update for a manga that I really am fond of, and it's a newbie in Shonen Jump called the Ichinose Family's Deadly Sins. Apparently, that manga has reached 200,000 copies in circulation with 2 volumes. So it's averaging 100,000 sales a volume, and it's by Tyson 5, the person that did, Tokepi's Original Sin or Deadly Sin, something along the lines of that. So yeah, this is a notable mangaka that has already had success, and I'll tell you right now, I'm very hyped to hear this, because from what I read of the manga, I kind of stopped reading after a bit, just because I'm going to let it build up a little more, because I'm enjoying this so much. But from what I read of the manga, it's really freaking good. So if it keeps on in that quality, and it might not even be that long of a series based on what I read, if it keeps on in that trajectory, this is going to be an incredible manga that is selling very well off rip, and I'm very hype about that. I think that this manga right now is going to be a big deal, so look out for it. Again, it's already a big deal, to be honest with you. 200,000 in circulation with 2 volumes. Need I say more? That's humongous. You might want to check that out. It's a pretty dope series, I'm being honest. Then, on another side note, big news for Black Clover fans in terms of Black Clover has reached 19 million copies in circulation worldwide with 35 volumes, so almost 20 million. Probably by the time the series wraps itself up, it will wrap itself up with 20 million. And I always like to say, for people that say like, oh, only 19 million, for starters, every manga ain't going to be a Demon Slayer / Jujutsu Kaisen. Those are anomalies. A lot of series be around that ballpark, if not a lot lower. You go to a lot of the series that a lot of people used to praise back in the days, like the Beelzebubs, Madaka Box, and so on and so forth. None of those series even reached this. Even series like Neurorise of the Yokai Clan, all of those series that were really hype 10 years ago, 15 years ago, they weren't on this level of sales. So give Black Clover its just dues of 19 million worldwide. Incredible. And also that new manga cover looks pretty freaking cool. And since we're in the ballpark of Black Clover news, apparently Black Clover Sword of the Wizard King teases Oster's Wizard King moment. Studio Puro might be taking a break from the world of Konoha as Boruto Naruto Next Generations enjoys its hiatus, but the production house has 2 major projects arriving this summer. To start, of course, Ichigo Kurosaki and the Soul Society are set to return in the second part of the Bleach Thousand Year Blood War anime this July, but also arriving this summer is the first feature-length film, and probably will be the only one, because let's be real, this series is about to wrap itself up, in the Black Clover franchise, Sword of the Wizard King. To hype up the Netflix original, the writer of the film revealed in a recent interview a moment that Asta fans have been dying to see for quite some time. Black Clover Sword of the Wizard King is the first Black Clover movie to be released, creating an original story that has never found its way to the manga. Written by Johnny Onda, the scriptwriter is no stranger to the world of Asta, as he has contributed to the Shonen franchise with 3 light novels in the past. In a recent interview, Onda broke down a scene in which Asta might be his closest to achieving his dream of becoming Wizard King. Here's how Onda describes the pivotal moment. In a recent blurb released in Japan, the highlight, in my opinion, is a scene in the middle of the film where Asta inspires the despairing members of the Magic Knights with courage. Those who were beaten and battered by Conrad and the others managed to survive, but they were devastated and their hearts were about to break. Onda continues, they were so devastated that their hearts almost broke when Seke said, "Let's run away." It was in that state of mind that Asta stands up and sends out a message to everyone. We are the one and only Magic Knights of the Clover Kingdom. Hearing this, everyone regains their courage, stands up and prepares for battle. He rallies up the Magic Knights and stands up ready to face the enemy. Fans of Black Clover have definitely wanted to see Asta as a Wizard King, and this is a rare glimpse of him. So basically him being like a leader and charging people up. So we've kind of seen that in Black Clover before, to be honest with you, of him being like the rally cry for the second wave of like, come on, get up, we gotta fight back, fight back. So either way, it's still pretty dope. But yeah, I thought we was going to hear something a little bit more juicier than that. But shout outs to the writer, and let's not forget that Tabasa's the original creator. Okay, I don't like how they credited just this Onda dude. Like, Black Clover is Tabasa's baby. Like, let's not get it twisted, alright, fam? Relax with that. But shout outs to Black Clover Sword of the Wizard King. There's also a new trailer that is out as well, and I ain't gonna lie, it looks pretty good. A lot of the shots from the new trailer has Asta looking immaculate, the art and animation looking incredible, and I think the fact that it was delayed from March to June was in order to make sure that it actually looks like a proper movie, because you cannot have, if they half-assed this movie, I'm gonna be honest with you, then it's a massive disrespect, disservice, and in general a middle finger to Black Clover fans, because this was announced too long ago with very little updates. And yeah, Netflix, please make sure that y'all make a good movie. Please make sure that it is worth the wait, because as it stands right now, we got less than a month. We got, as a matter of fact, about a little over 2 weeks, or as you're watching this, 2 weeks to get this movie. I want it to be great. Hopefully it is. Moving forward, I didn't expect this. Apparently, One Piece's anime, the dub, the English dub, is announcing episode 1000's premiere at Anime Expo. When the hell did the One Piece dub get that close? Because I think One Piece's anime in Japan is at like, what, episode 1080? We're only 80 episodes behind One Piece. I know that sounds like 80 episodes. Trust me, we was like hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds behind. But it says here, it looks like One Piece is getting ready to make history. While the show carries on with its Wano Country climax in Japan, the anime's dub is moving differently in America. In fact, the show is nearing its 1000th episode episode, and Anime Expo just confirmed it will be hosting the dub premiere of episode 1000 with One Piece fans around the country. Get ready to celebrate the historic 1000th episode of One Piece live and in person, the event shared earlier today in a special announcement. Catch the world premiere of the new English dub for EP 1000 or for EP 1000 on July 2nd during Anime Expo, featuring giveaways, autograph signings, a live drawing, Q&A with animators, and more. That is a very, very big deal. I'm still shocked. Like, when the hell did Funimation get that close? I mean, they had stopped for quite some time. I think it's a possibility because I have seen a little bit of a resurgence. Like, when I go to my local mall and a lot of the stores, they be having a lot more One Piece merch than they did in the past. So maybe they're trying again. It looks like they don't want to give up on One Piece being a thing in the States. I think the internet has been a large part, a major contributing factor to One Piece still staying alive. It's fans like me and you that talk about One Piece and read and watch One Piece on a weekly basis or whatnot that have been keeping it alive, because mainstream conscious wise they're not really, and they haven't been the biggest One Piece fans, but the actual fandom has grown so large that that's the only thing that I could reason as to why they've still kept on with the dub all the way up through 1,000 episodes. Hopefully they keep it going. It wouldn't be bad to be like, we're 3 episodes behind with the dub at this point. That'd be fire. Next up, just a small update for another series that has been selling incredibly well. We spoke about it on the top selling manga thus far of the year, and apparently Oshi No Ko by Aka Akasaka and Yokoyari Mengo has reached 9 million copies in circulation with 11 volumes. Of course, again, it's on Young Jump and Shonen Jump Plus's app. And I'm going to just be honest, that's really, again, a testament to how an anime can really sell something. The anime for Oshi No Ko has been pivotal in pushing this thing forward. And the proof is in the pudding. 9 million, top 10 selling thus far in 2023. Big stuff, Oshi No Ko. Moving forward, this is pretty big news for Spider-Man fans like myself. Apparently, Spider-Man producers are teasing the live-action Miles Morales movie and animated Spider-Woman film. It's all happening. As Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse finally hits theaters this weekend, the producers behind the trilogy have their attention set on the 3rd installment, next year's Beyond the Spider-Verse. However, that's not the only web-slinging project that's on their minds. Producer Amy Pascal says a Spider-Woman and live-action Miles Morales movie are in the works. You'll see all of it, she said at the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse premiere in Los Angeles. It's all happening. Producer Avi Arad teased that the moviegoers will see a Spider-Woman movie sooner than you expect. I cannot tell you yet, but it's coming, he said. Pascal has said a 4th Spider-Man movie with Tom Holland and Zendaya is still in the works, but the writer's strike has paused development. Are we going to make another movie? Of course we are, she said. We're in the process, but the writer's strike, nobody is working during the strike. We're all being supporters, and whenever they get themselves together, we'll get started. Sony boss Tom Rothman has much more I don't know that word, about the future. He laughed. If I told you, I'd have to kill you. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse sees the return of Shamik Moore as Miles Morales and Hailey Steinfeld as Gwen Stacy. It sure sounds like Steinfeld is up for a standalone Spider-Woman movie. This is like my dream job. Sign me up over and over again, she said about doing voice work. I gotta be comfortable, and it's a dream to be in a space that feels so comfortable but also creative and free and just exciting to be a part of. So it looks like we could be expecting a Spider-Woman movie and definitely Miles Morales. Like, to be honest, it seems like every sign has been pointing towards the next step in live action Spider-Man is Miles Morales, although I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to try and do the 4th Spider-Man movie, a crossover with Spider-Man and introducing Miles Morales into that film, maybe eventually leading to his own standalone thing. I mean, if you think about it, you look at the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they're not no stranger to having characters from other different, stories intertwined with one another, and considering they've done like these crossovers, and they just recently had Tom Holland, Tobey Maguire, and Andrew Garfield together for the 3rd movie, I wouldn't be surprised if it's like, okay, this is how they're going to introduce Miles Morales and how he's going to take the baton and carry on with the next set of Spider-Man movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That kind of makes sense. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's what's actually about to happen. It's not going to be like, oh, we got to wait for the 4th Spider-Man movie and then Miles Morales. Maybe Miles is going to be in that movie, and then hopefully if it does well, they'll be like, okay, okay, now let's do the Miles Morales live action. And a Spider-Woman movie, I don't think it'd be live action. It'd probably be animated based on the response. That'd be fire too. Whatever it is, more Spider-Man, as long as it's good Spider-Man, I'm here for it. Moving forward, fans of Hiro Mashima, we spoke about a couple months ago, I want to say now, that Hiro Mashima was working on something else. So above and aside from everything else that he's doing, from Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest, Eden Zero, the mobile games, the anime, just the man has a bajillion things that he's doing. Hiro Mashima is starting a new dark fantasy manga series titled Dead Rock on July 6, 2023. So that new series that he was talking about, yeah, is actually happening starting in July. And I just hope that he could kind of manage it all, because Hiro Mashima has had a lot on his plate. He has a lot on his plate. And yeah, starting another series on top of everything else, I hope he can get it done. Although it, to be fair, feels a little bit like he might be overworking himself, just being honest with you. Like, how are you going to be able to pull off doing Eden Zero, which is a weekly serialization, Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest, which I want to say is bi-weekly, if I'm not mistaken. If not, maybe a little less, but still, nonetheless, he's writing for 2 major series. He's doing video games. He's helping out with the anime projects. Like, he's doing a lot. On top of, I'm sure he tries to have some sort of personal life, even if it's an hour a week. How are you going to do all that and then work on another series? Like, it gets to a point where, don't get me wrong, ambition is incredible, and I'm sure he has a large staff to help him out with this stuff, but I just hope he's not overextending himself. I mean, the fact that for the first time ever, Hiro Mashima is actually saying, nah, fam, I'm busy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it that y'all want to work with me. I get it, y'all want to do stuff, but flat out, I'm busy, lads. It's definitely a testament to Hiro Mashima is busy. But I, at the very least, want to commend him for trying, and hopefully this Dead Rock manga is good. We'll see, though. It sounds interesting. It sounds a little darker than what you expect from a Hiro Mashima title, so it's going to be interesting to see what he does. Moving forward, fans of Bleach, y'all already know the 1,000-Year Blood War is incoming this summer, and they released a new trailer for the Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War anime Part 2, and we got a little insight. It says here, Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War anime's Part 2 premieres overseas on July 8th. Viz Media confirmed on Sunday that the second part of the Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War anime will premiere in the United States on Hulu, well, depending on if Hulu and Disney Plus fuse by then, Latin America on Star Plus, and in select other countries internationally on Disney Plus on July 8th at 10:30 a.m. EDT. The anime will be available with English, Latin American Spanish, Brazilian, Portuguese, French, German, and Italian subtitles. The anime will return for its second quarter of the year and premiere on TV Tokyo and its affiliates, as well as other venues in Japan on July 8th at 11 p.m. aka 10 a.m. EDT. And there's new cast members for Liloto, Gerald, Nyanzol, and Giselle. So these are characters that are going to be introduced, not characters that are recasted. We have a new visual that came alongside it of, it looks like that's Ichigo. They're not holding back. Honestly, this Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War anime is really for the fans. This is not really to try and get new people in at all. They're just like, the fans want it, so the fans is going to get what they want. So they got Ichigo on one side, and it looks like Uryu on another, and one is like in red and one is in blue. So there's some sort of division there. And based off of the trailer, it still looks great. The art looks great. Animation, it looked great, honestly, to me. A lot of people are saying, oh, it doesn't look fluid, whatnot. I'm not listening to the naysayers. Bleach fans, it's been over a decade since the series went off air, and fans have been highly anticipating this thing coming around. So yeah, just enjoy it for what it's worth, and it looks like it's going to be fantastic, and I can't wait. Some of my favorite scenes of the manga is about to be happening in this part of the 1,000-Year Blood War, so I'm looking very much so forward to this thing. But yeah, people, Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War Part 2 incoming. Moving forward, if you remember, I want to say it was about 3 or 4 months back, they were doing a big competition for artists in general that wanted to have their own shinobi drawn by Ikamoto, the artist of Boruto, and just in general be a little bit a part of the Boruto thingy-majig, you know, the Boruto story, so to speak. Well, not the story itself, but, you know, just be in the mix of things. Well, apparently Boruto Volume 20 fan-submitted art turned into an actual shinobi by Ikamoto. This is an ongoing theme by Ikamoto to fill the in-between pages with fan-submitted drawings and then redraw them to fit the shinobi world. This might not be that competition, actually, now I think of it. It might just be Ikamoto is doing this to appease fans, but I'm not gonna lie, that looks really dope. That actually looks like, is that supposed to be Delta? I feel like that looks like a fusion of like Delta and something else. The original drawing didn't look that great, but Ikamoto, for people always hating on him, he made that look like a bomb drawing. And just in general, it's kind of dope to see something Boruto related. For Boruto fans out there and Naruto fans, hey, I got something for you this time around. I know it's been dry. We only got like little whispers of, hey, Minato's manga's coming, hey, but there you go. There's a piece of some art that Ikamoto did. I don't think, though, that's the ninja contest now that I'm looking at it. It might actually just be that Ikamoto's filling in pages using fan art to kind of appease the fans. And that's kind of dope considering, you know, he's trying his best to market in a different way of like, yo, draw some shit, submit it, read the magazine, read the manga. Yeah. In other news, this is probably the one political story of the episode. Apparently, the U.S. is sending more money to the Ukraine. Yeah. The U.S. is announcing an additional $300 million aid package for the Ukraine. Since the war began, the Biden administration has directed more than $75 billion in assistance to the Ukraine. So we're sending $300 more million, and this was announced as of June 1st, I believe. And yeah, I was going to say I have no words for it, but I mean, the proof is in the pudding that this definitely doesn't seem right at the very least. There's like, yo, Flint, Michigan's water is still poison. There's people right now on Hollywood Boulevard laying on the sidewalk homeless. There's people that are starving in this country. There's people that can't pay their bills. There's people that are going through all sorts of different things, but we're funding the Ukraine and we don't fund our own people. We don't help our own people. What is this, bro? Like, you know, you can say what you want about previous presidents or whatever, but at the very least, people like Trump, and I'm not a Trump supporter by any means, but homie wasn't doing shit like this. This is absolutely a slap in the face to the people that live in the U.S. Yo, how are you sending all of this money to the Ukraine, but you can't take care of and won't take care of your own people right now? Like, send some of that money to help Flint, Michigan's water or something else. Like, what are you doing, dog? Like, this is not right. Flat out, this is not right. It's not cool, and it's honestly downright disturbing, to say the least. Like, yo, you want to send money? Great, but make sure you take care of your people over here first. You're the president of the United States, not the president of the Ukraine. Moving forward, Shonen Jump in their new endeavors that continue to arise, they apparently are doing something here, and it says, Shonen Jump and Ribbon are collaborating in the Ribbon X Jump Elementary School Manga Award, a manga contest directed to elementary school children aspiring to become mangaka. The award will be open until March 31st, 2024. A total of 10 mangaka from both editorial departments will be part of the judge. Noriko Asaka, Akira Amano, Emi Ishikawa, Kazumata Oguri, Honoka Kinoshita, Minori Kurosaki, Mayu Sakai, Kayu Shirai, Posca Demizu, so they got both the Promised Neverland creators, and Nana Haruta. In particular, I want to bring this story up because it's definitely something to keep note of that I've noticed over the last few months of announcements that Shonen Jump is making attempts to getting towards a younger demographic. Now, y'all know that Shonen Jump has for quite a few years now felt like it's been tailoring towards more of an older demographic with series like Chainsaw Man, the complexities of Jujutsu Kaisen, One Piece being a long runner at this point, over 1,000 something chapters. It seems like they have been really gearing towards, older demographics. However, with some of these latest announcements, like that magazine that they put out that is aiming towards elementary school and middle school students, now this, it could be because, again, they're trying to find the younger market because maybe the older audience is locked in, and at the same time, how do you expand if you already have that audience? The only thing that could happen at that point is a decline. They're trying to get the next gen of kids involved and into manga, and making sure that it happens via creating stories directly towards them, and even getting them involved in stuff like this where little kids can be like, oh snap, I could be a mangaka. So definitely something to keep note of, and make sure you just watch them closely because you never know what the hell they could be trying to do. Because there's definitely a concentrated effort at the very least targeting children with a lot of the stuff that Shonen Jump has been doing recently. But I think this in particular is okay. It's like, hey, giving kids an opportunity to aspire to be something great like a mangaka, and we'll see what comes from it. Although I wish I could talk, because I'd go in there and quickly say, yo, if you want to be a mangaka, that's great, but let me tell you about Oda's life and how he sleeps about 3-4 hours a day and how he has no social life or no life period. Like I would love to tell them that part so that they know what they're getting themselves into. If they want to start at, I don't know, 4th or 5th grade, like drawing and becoming a manga artist, know that it's a living hell, but you'll love what you're doing while you're in that living hell. We got another Spider-Man story for you. Here's how character switching in Spider-Man 2 will work, because apparently you're going to be able to switch between Miles Morales and Peter Parker in the upcoming Spider-Man 2 game. Last week, Insomniac Games showed off Spider-Man 2's seamless transitions between Peter Parker and fellow web-slinger Miles Morales. These moments in the sequel gameplay reveal were impressive, invoking memories of similar fluidity from Insomniac's fellow PS5 exclusive Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. But I still had questions. Can we only switch characters at certain story points, or will we be able to switch between them freely? It turns out the answer is a little bit of both. When you're playing the main story, we control when you switch between Peter and Miles. It's done in service to the story when we're making those switches for sure. Spider-Man 2's creative director Brian Intihar told Eurogamer in an exclusive interview. So as you saw on that gameplay reveal, which is a segment of the main story, we are predetermining those based on what we want to do for how the story plays out. When you are in Spider-Man 2's New York open world, however, it's different. We have content designed around Peter, we have content designed around Miles, and we have content where you could play either. You'll be able to, in the open world, freely switch between them in a simple button press. This is thanks to the power of the PS5. Being able to switch in the open world so quickly between the two characters is really, really awesome. Just being able to pick and choose who I want to play as for a certain activity has been so awesome to have that feature. It's something we probably wouldn't have explored previously. Additionally, this character switching will all tie in with Spider-Man 2's 3 skilled trees, one for Peter, one for Miles, and one that is shared. We want to make sure that when you switch between the heroes, there's a sense of familiarity. They're both Spider-Man. You know how to play the game, but you still have that flexibility and that customization for upgrading each of them with their skill trees. Spider-Man 2's game director Ryan Smith elaborated. We saw in the gameplay reveal where Miles has evolved Venom powers, whereas Peter has the symbiote abilities. And so those change a bit of how you play, and you can upgrade those in their respective trees as well. I asked if there will be a chance to perhaps switch to other characters such as Reporter and Peter's girlfriend MJ, but I was quickly told I needed to keep the focus on last week's gameplay. Well, I tried. Yeah, basically they were like, yo, you get what you get, stop asking any more questions, fam. And to be honest with you, I ain't that mad at it. I can't freaking wait to play this game. It sounds hype. Okay, people, let's take a look at the Shonen Jump author comments. No weekly Shonen magazine author comments again, and it's not due to them not being available. It's more so nobody's translating them, but here's Shonen Jump. We got Yuto Suzuki from Sakamoto Days. I'm hooked on kiwis right now. You can eat them whole after you peel them, and they're totally delicious. Highly recommended. We got Blue Box Koji Miura. My editors was also in Nagano. I haven't left the city in 2 years. That sounds sad. We got Fabricant 100 Daisuke and Oshima. Volume 2 is now on sale in Japan. If you don't have Volume 1 yet, you can get them both. Mission Yozakura Family Hitsuji Gandaira. Doing a bizarre dance to Yobi Komi-kun mini music is my morning exercise. Po po po. What? Jujutsu Kaisen's Gege Akutami. A salesperson told me, "Hey, glasses guy, we got a great deal for you." Glasses guy? Really? You don't know that? Well, then again, he's never shown his face, or they've never shown his face. Like, we got Do Retry Jun Kirarazaka. That's one of the new manga in Jump. How was Golden Week for everyone? I went cycling and ate a ton of food, so now I have pain in my muscles and stomach. That's not good. We got Kento Shinohara from Witch Watch. It's scary how if you turn a Rubik's Cube just like the manual tells you, you'll get all sides to match pretty quickly. Okay. Kill Bill, Tadatoshi Fujimaki, aka author of Kuroko no Basket. The feeling of deliciousness and guilt from eating this margarine butter roll out of the microwave is amazing. Okay. Newey's Exorcist, Kota Kawe. I'm watching Scryed since my editor recommended it. Minori-san. Scryed is a pretty good anime, I've been told. We got Akane Banashi's Takamasa Moe. I went to my friend's wedding and saw some of my classmates from middle school and high school. Congratulations on your wedding, Sato-kun. I don't think I've ever been to a wedding. That's crazy. We got Undead Unlucky Yoshifumi Tezuka. I was stressed over losing the pen I've been using for 3 years. I went through my trash in the middle of the night and found it. Whew, that was close. Tenmaku Cinema, Shun Sayaki. Sanctuary on Netflix was amazing. What a cast. Are they talking about like the Saint Seiya Sanctuary, or just a movie called Sanctuary? We got Martial Magic and Muscles as Hajime Komodo. My voice is really low and I can't sing at all, but it looks so fun, so I want to become a better singer. Okay, why not? The Elusive Samurai's Yusei Matsui. I brought one roll of ultra luxurious toilet paper that costs 1,000 yen. The pattern on the paper is too busy and I can't see my product. Me and Roboko Shuhei Miyazaki. I enjoyed fishing and sushi and sauna at Fukushima, Totori, Shimane, and Hiroshima during Golden Week. Cool beans. The Ichinose Family's Deadly Sins by Tyson 5. Let me guess, at some point he's going to recommend you read or tell you, please read the latest chapter. Volume 2 is set to come out in Japan on 6/2. Oh, so it's double the promo. It'll have extras in it, so please check it out. Okay, so no promo on the latest chapter. He's just saying, yo, check out the latest volume. And considering the fact that Volume 2, there's 2 volumes out and it's already at, what, over 200K in circulation? Like, it's a hit. It's already a hit. We got Yuki Tabata from Black Clover. I've caught the most colds in my life in the last couple years. I'm embarrassed by my own weakness. Homie, the world has been catching a lot of colds, so it's not just you, fam. You're good, Tabata. You got this. Stay strong. Surpass your limits. Cypher Academy's Yuji Iwasaki. The Japanese Derby will be over by the time this is printed. My wallet should be packed with winnings right about now. Okie dokie then. And that's the weekly Shonen Jump author comments. Again, no weekly Shonen magazine the last couple weeks. I don't know what's going on with the translators. Come on, translate that shit. Stop being scared. And so we will close this bad boy out with the top 50 best-selling manga of the week, courtesy of Jos_Ke. We'll start things off with 50 through 41. We have, let's see here. Well, at number 50, we got giant pair of Destro 16 volume 3 with 9.1k in 3 days. Okay, I've never heard of that series, but why not? Scrolling up, we got Jujutsu Kaisen volume 22 still on the charts with 10.5 this week, 1.3 million total. It's crazy. That thing came out in March and we're heading into we're in June now, but that's madness. Blue Lock's latest volume, or one of its latest volumes, volume 23, with 10.9 this week, bringing its total to 445,000. It probably won't hit 500,000 before leaving the top 50, unfortunately, but still, shout outs to Blue Lock. We got Blue Box volume 10. I ain't gonna lie, that was a massive, steep drop for Blue Box. How it debuted at number 1 with like 60k. Week 2, it was out of the top 10, and week 3, it's damn near out of the top 50. What's up with that? 11.1k this week for a total of 101,000 sales. Shout outs to Blue Box, but the sales is weird for this one. We got at number 41 Chainsaw Man volume 14, still on the charts all the way from April with 11.5k this week, bringing its total to 479,000 copies. Big wins for Tatsuki Fujimoto. We got places 40 through 31. Let's see here. Why does that look like Kingdom at number 39? Nobunaga o Koroshita Otoko Nichirin no Demarcation. Okay, with 12.1 in 4 days. Super looks like Kingdom. Well, speaking of Kingdom, at number 37, Kingdom Volume 68 with 14.8 this week, bringing its total to 517. Kingdom always doing what Kingdom does. Moving forward, at number 35, that kind of reminds me of Code Geass. I don't know, lately I've been seeing Code Geass everywhere. I feel like we're in store for a Code Geass revival yet again. We got at number 32, Bakemonogatari's final volume, limited edition, 17.1k in 5 days, so I'm imagining the actual volume is doing a lot. Shangri-La Frontier limited edition. Oh, 2 limited editions back to back with 17.5k in 5 days. That cover is interesting. Definitely an interesting one. Then we got places 30 through 21. At number 29, Chojin X Volume 6 in 3 days, 20.3. Definitely not blowing up like what Tokyo Ghoul did. To be fair, I don't know what sales were like for Tokyo Ghoul prior to the anime, so it could have been like this, but coming from Tokyo Ghoul sales, I'm imagining Suishida is like, damn, maybe I shouldn't have ended it, because I'm sure his pockets is hurting hopping into Chojin X, but it is what it is. And that volume cover, why does that look like one of the, I don't know, the presidents from like George Washington's era or some shit? Like, what the fuck? Let's see here. We got Oshi No Ko Volume 10 at number 25 with 23.1k this week, total 263. That volume came out in January. Jeez. Oh, we got a lot of Oshi No Ko. Okay, so the explosion hasn't ended. Volume 8, Volume 9, both doing 23 and 24,000 a piece. We got Spy Family Volume 11 in 27 days, 1.17 million with 24.3k this week. Spy Family doing what Spy Family does best, and that shit sells. Then places 20 through 11, I see a whole bunch of Oshi No Ko off rip. At number 20, Oshi No Ko Volume 7, 24.9. At number 18, Oshi No Ko Volume 11, 26k. At number 17, Oshi No Ko Volume 6, 27k. 373,000 total. God damn, Oshi No Ko Volume 3, number 5, 28 and 29k. Oh my god. Most of this is Oshi No Ko, Volume 2, Volume 4, Volume 1. All of them doing anywhere from about 20 to about 33,000 copies. Jeez Louise. Shout outs to Oshi No Ko. I get why it's doing incredible numbers all around. And then at number 11, Nichijou Lock. Oh, so there's a new Nichijou. Is Nichijou Lock, or is that a whole different series? Volume 5 with 33k this week, bringing his total in 7 days to 38,000 copies. Cool beans. Then we got top 10, top 10, top 10, top 10. Coming in at number 10, Bakemonogatari, the actual final volume, 35.7k in 5 days. Okay, so you add that with the other one. I thought it was going to be a lot more, to be honest with you. Let's see here. We got the actual volume for Shangri-La Frontier, volume 13, 5 days, 41.5. That did pretty decent. Okay. Katsuki no Yona, I know there's a big fandom for that, volume 41, in 3 days, 48.6. Is it just me, or does it feel like lately manga isn't selling like it was even a few years ago? It feels like manga sales, like in the top 10, you barely get series that sell over 100k. It's strange. Tokyo Revengers Letter from Keisuke Baji, volume 3, in 5 days, 63k, so that's still doing numbers. I wonder if that accumulates and that adds towards Tokyo Revengers as a whole, or because it's a separate IP it doesn't. Tensei Shitara Slime Dattaken, in 13 days, 341k with 72.8 this week. Alright. At number 2, Diamond No Ace, aka Ace of Diamond, Act 2, the last volume. In 5 days, it did 76.5. I'm curious how that author is doing, because he left because he couldn't take it no more. His mental health was deteriorating. I hope homie's well. And coming in at number 1 is Blue Lock, with its latest volume in 5 days, doing 201,000 copies, volume 24. Cover looks dope, and in general, Blue Lock is taking the world by storm right now. Shout outs to Blue Lock. Big wins for our guy Muneyuki Kaneshiro and Yusuke Nomura. Yeah, people, that's all we have for this episode. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day, and remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life, boy. Have an awesome day. Peace, and you guys just watched another episode of FORNEVERNEWS. Have an awesome day. Subscribe and hit that bell to get more. Oh, and check out my single Day Ones off the upcoming album Rise of Tim Roosevelt. It's coming. Check it out. Yeah.
Yes, this is for my day ones, gotta be clear. Still moving on, baby, but I wish she was here. Still moving on, baby, but I gotta get there. Still moving on, baby, I'ma never forget. Still moving on, baby, I'ma never regret. Still moving on, still moving on. This is for my day ones. This is for my day ones.